It's time to mind your business with me, Jamillah Lodge. Tune in to find out how to mind your business with BEDC, special guest entrepreneurs, industry experts, and more. Brought to you by BEDC. Bermuda business starts here. So, welcome to Mind Your Business. I am your host, Jamillah Lodge, and I am so pleased to have you here, Coleen Smith, owner of Simply Vanilla Delight & Co. So today we're going to talk a little bit about you, your journey, why you decided to start this business, and how you're getting on with it. Sounds good?
Yes.
Okay. So let's get started. Tell me a little bit about you personally.
Okay. Well, my name is Coleen Smith. I am the owner and founder of Simply Vanilla Delight & Co. We have been open for almost a year in November.
Okay.
I started this business on a spiritual whim,
Mm-hmm.
lack of word.
Okay.
So Simply Vanilla Delight is a spiritual based business. So while I say it's mine,
Mm-hmm.
it's really not. It belongs to God.
Okay.
So I am just a vessel that's, trying to navigate through it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have 3 girls. I am married,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm looking forward to Simply Vanilla Delight be the household name.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell me what Simply Vanilla Delight is. What do you sell?
So we internationally source all of our vanilla bean from different regions. We manufacture vanilla bean paste here. Along with that, we do vanilla extracts and other extracts that has vanilla in it.
Okay.
So we can produce that here and sell it to the restaurants or the hotels and or host home
Mm-hmm.
and bakers, alike.
So you mentioned it was spiritually based. So what happened, or what was the catalyst to tell you that this is what you needed to do?
Okay, so I was home on my couch scrolling TikTok when I should have been looking at my Bible.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw a lady doing an extract.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, okay, that's how you make it? So I wasn't really, zoned in on it or anything like that there. And so when I scrolled on, I saw somebody else doing the same thing. And I'm like, okay, let me just really sit and watch this her. And I was like, wow, that's easy. So I went from TikTok to YouTube to just do a little bit more of
Research, YouTube University,
yep, absolutely. And and I saw this lady, making some extracts of some vanilla, and I was like, "Well, this is really interesting." Considering that we don't have vanilla beans here,
Right.
I mean, the what we do sell here is the 2 dry grade beans that are sold in McCormick bottles, and so it kind of intrigued me because I never seen or felt a vanilla bean ever before. And so once I saw that YouTube, I says, okay, let me just start doing some other research. I mean, immediately, I kid you not, the thoughts just came piling down. It was like, an instant download. It was so much where I didn't know how to maintain it because it left a stress. No, that's the wrong word.
Okay.
It left a strain on my head.
Really?
Like I couldn't move from it at all because I was just stagnant in figuring out how and why and, the ingredients, where to get it. Everything was just literally being downloaded immediately, fast and furious. It was just so much information that I didn't know what to do with it, at the time. And so I spoke to one of my sisters at the church, and she told me that I had to write it down. I said, well, I'm not really good at writing, stuff down. She says, well, speak it in your phone.
Yeah.
Which is what I did. I spoke it in my phone, and immediately it just started to release.
Interesting. Yeah.
And once I released it into my recording, other thoughts started to come in.
Made room for
yes,
other things.
exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
So the pathway was already laid. I just had to, move and step in faith, knowing that, okay, God, you got this, or scary, yes, but I think it's definitely worth the journey of traveling down this road and having to educate myself about vanilla, how it's grown and how it's cultivated.
Right.
So,
Right. That is so interesting to me. I love to hear that. It's like you are going to be doing this business. So I appreciate that you recognize that in Bermuda, a lot of what we have is imported, right? And like you said, those two little lone vanilla beans and that little McCormick jar was the extent of what we had. And so when you consider the download that you received, I'm assuming that you thought, oh, I can do this better. I can provide us with a better product. So in that regard, what do you do that's different than those two vanilla beans that's in the McCormick jar?
Okay, so I import grade A, which is a fresher bean.
Okay.
And I also import the grade B, which is it's fresh, but it's a little bit more drier. So what I do with the grade A and or grade B is that I, make my vanilla bean paste, which is extremely rich in flavor, and it can give whatever you are using it for an instant upgrade. As far as difference is concerned with the McCormick one and mine is that you can use it, almost immediately. And when I say McCormick, or because what they have, like the extracts and stuff, so with the paste itself, you can use it immediately after it's been made.
Okay.
Whereas the extract, you have to wait a certain time for it to cure. So it's like wine, Wine has a minimum time of you can drink it, but it has a long not shelf life, but a long time for it to cure and get the taste of that barrel. So extract is pretty much the same way.
Okay. I never even thought about it actually, but you're absolutely right. Putting good vanilla in anything makes it taste better. So bakers are like, thank you. So in terms of it being manufactured here, was that important to you to ensure, I guess, the quality of the products?
Absolutely.
Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yes, absolutely. So with my research, I wanted to be sure that everything that I use in it is organic. And I wanted to give clients or customers, the best version of a healthy, food product. That they can use in their foods or their drinks, rather than having the processed or the imitation vanilla that they can use that is not healthy. Yes, it's expensive. It's not going to be cheap. But if you're looking at your health, and then we're looking at, something that's synthetic, then, we will rather go with the health. I mean, wouldn't you?
I would. They keep talking about microplastics and everything now. It's crazy. So yeah, I would definitely prefer something that's healthier and more natural and all of that. So in that regard, what has the response been like from your customers?
So this response has been very good. However, my people do not like to do reviews, but they keep coming back. They do keep coming back, and they run out of this stuff extremely fast. So I do have a lot of bakers, a lot of cooks, chefs, that use the product in their their dishes. So yeah, and they have, really great reviews, to, I guess, amongst their family and stuff like that, that they've used this her product. And, and I'm like, well, geez, I really would like for you to, do a review on Facebook, so that the masses will know, but I have a lot of people that, that are enjoying it. I have a lot of repeat customers, but I would like to see new faces, because I want them to be able to experience, this paste, but not only just the pace. I want them to be able to experience the being, because you want to be able to experiment on your own.
Right.
As well. So yes, we do sell the beans,
in addition to
what we already,
Now, is that something that can be grown in Bermuda?
It can be, yes. And we do have a few gardeners, home gardeners, that do grow it. And they have been very, very successful in growing their own vanilla. Yes.
Okay, because then maybe in the future you can source your beans locally, which now we're talking about full on, Bermuda made and Bermuda produced and all of that.
It's coming. It's coming.
So entrepreneurship, right? Starting a business is different than working for someone else. Can you talk to me a little bit about that journey for you and what it's been like running, because you're owner and operator, right? You're creating it and you're selling and managing and doing all the things. So what has that kind of been like for you?
It's been stressful, a good one. I also taken in consideration that this is not my only business. This is my second business. So my full attention right now is my first business. But now I have to share my attention with my second business. And so trying to balance it all is difficult right now, because I've never had a second business. I've only had the one. So being an entrepreneur and sharing or getting in that sandbox and playing with the kids, is a bit difficult for me right now. But I'm making it through. I'm trying to model through and trying to see what that balance looks like. Because I not only, like I said, have to deal with the two, I also have to deal with my health.
Yes.
My family. And
it can.
Yes.
I mean, you're wearing all the hats, right? But you have an existing business, right? So you have the know-how, or you kind of at least know what's required to run and operate a business. How long have you had your first business?
12 years.
Oh, right. And what's that business?
So my business is called Angel's Paws Mini Spa.
Oh, yes. Okay, you make the fur babies ready.
Absolutely.
Okay. Okay. So from that, you decided, let's venture off and start into food products.
Well, I mean, not me, but the
divine download, right? So you just answered the call.
Yes.
But I would imagine that what's required for both businesses can be similar but different at the same time, because with Angel's Paws you're doing service primarily, right? And then now with this there's actual product.
Yes.
So you have the SKUs and you got to track and all the inventory management, food wastage, all of that. That's a whole new animal, if you will.
Yes.
So what type of support are you using to help you as you manage these two businesses?
Well, really right now the only support is from my family.
Okay.
But outside of that, I'm just really trying to figure it out on my own as to how it goes. I mean, even before I started, I didn't know that I had to have a license.
Yes, from environmental health and all that. You're like, I don't have to have that for my dogs.
Because I had hogs. I'm like, oh no, you don't need to, because it's not, it's not direct food. It's like a seasoning.
Yeah.
No.
Because you're producing it. Like if you were just bringing, I guess, it in and reselling it like that, maybe not. But because you're making the paste and you're combining ingredients.
Yes, and people still have to consume it and stuff like that there. So, I mean, and I... I done my first batch of pasting, and I had people, sample it and stuff like that there, and somebody said to me, says, so you're going to go for your license and stuff. Like, oh no, I don't need my license, for that. And they're like, oh no, you need your license. You need your. I'm like, wait a minute, what? I said, am I getting mixed signals and stuff like that? Yeah. So I literally called health department, and asked them, and they say, yes, you absolutely have to. Yes. And so, like I said, yeah, with everything that is happening, I'm doing it through
trial and error almost.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
So you were also participated in our first Vendor Academy program. Can you talk to me about that experience and what made you decide to go that route?
Well, I applied for it. I mean, actually, I kind of hummed over it a bit, you know what I mean? And I think it was probably the last week of applying for it. So I really wanted to do that. I wanted to get a fresh perspective, something that I can add to what I was already doing. How can I make it better and stuff like that. And I'm really glad that I attended, because I did take away a lot, not just from the hosts and those that attended. I also took away from the vendors that were there, and so, what they had to say was equally important to what the host was saying as well, because it was a lot of stuff I didn't do. Because I'm gonna tell you now, the first day I went back home, I went on Instagram. Immediately I started looking at all of these vendors, of their setups and, what they do to make it look better, and what can you say, to lure people in and stuff like that there. So yeah, having that Vendor Academy was the best thing that BEDC could have ever done.
Okay, thank you for that. I mean, it's funny, you don't know what you don't know, right? And so I think kudos to you for saying, because you had a business for 12 years, so you're like, you could have been like, I know what I'm doing, I don't need any of that. So kudos to you for saying, perhaps there is something that I can learn that can assist me in this new business, especially since they're different, right? Selling service is different from selling a product. And it, if how you're going to reach your customers is through vending, then, we shop with our eyes, our nose, our ears, our taste, all of that. And people sometimes miss it. Yes. They just set up a table, put the stuff on there, and be like, okay, people are going to come. But I would imagine that, like you said, as you did your research, you saw, well, this is good vending, and this is, just showing up and expecting people to buy. I mean, I got a chance to see your booth at the market, the Love Local Market, and it was beautiful.
Thank you.
Like even your logo and all of that, all of those details matter when you're trying to appeal to the public, and your labels and stuff. Because I remember I got some of your vanilla. There was no label on it. I didn't know what it was for the first. I swear to God, I didn't know
this was at it was from here. It was an event that was going on.
Yes, or something. I didn't know what was in the little cute bottle.
That was a last minute thing.
And when I found out what it was, I was the happiest little thing, because I use vanilla in everything. I make my own pancakes, my drinks, my espresso martini. But once I realized what it was, I was like, wow. So seeing you at the Love Local Market with the branding and all of that, it just really showed that, having that experience really did help you along that journey. Yes. So I'm glad to hear that you said it assisted you. And the other thing I want to talk about is how you build the camaraderie with other vendors, right? Because I do think that sometimes people think, oh, I'm doing this, it's a lot. Like you said, you're doing all the things by yourself. So talk to me a little bit more about how having someone else who kind of experiencing the same thing you're doing can help you and kind of take a little bit of that burden and stress off of you. It don't help. She said it don't help. I'm still doing all this by myself.
It don't.
It doesn't.
It don't. It don't. Right now, it don't for me. It don't. It don't. I do hope that my kids, my daughters, jump in. They're lazy.
Girl, not calling out the daughters on that.
They're lazy. And they have their own lives too, you know what I mean? But yeah,
It requires a lot of
it
work.
it does, and a lot of dedication and a lot of thought
Yeah.
into what you're doing, and you have to believe in what you're doing, you know what I mean? You know, I do have you know, a very little percentage of people push back on the price and stuff like that there, but my price is my
Your
price.
price is your
You know,
price.
and I'm not going to waver on my price. And you know, I mean, because we have to think about, you know, the shipping and all of
Yes,
that, you
ma'am.
know. So yeah, it's just a lot. So I'm sorry, vendors. Yeah. It's a lot.
Say, they ain't doing nothing.
Mm-mm.
No. So I think what you said about price, I think, is extremely important because I do think a lot of times, especially if you're a vendor, right? You're like, I don't have a brick and mortar, so people don't want to pay me for this product, not necessarily because they can't see what the value is. But you know how much time, how much money you're putting into producing the product. And I firmly believe that your customer is the person that's willing to pay for
Oh
it.
yes.
You know, people may want it, and if they are balking at the price, then that's not really your customer, right? You can
Absolutely.
go get the imitation, right?
Yep.
Maybe that's your lane or whatever. But if you want this purely manufactured in Bermuda, all of that, then you have to pay the price tag, and the quality and the taste is different. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
You pay for
Absolutely.
what you want to get.
Absolutely.
So I'm
Absolutely.
glad you're standing firm on that.
I am.
Because what they say, if you are not charging what you need to charge, then essentially you're running a charitable business.
Yeah, and
it's
that's
not.
not happening.
It's for profit.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes. And it's a premium product. Vanilla is, like you said, expensive.
Yes, it is. It's the second most expensive spice in the world.
Wow. Saffron's the
Saffron
first,
is
right?
the first.
So, in terms of you being able to kind of get the product in reasonably for yourself, do you have connections that you have identified overseas to get that product in, or what are you trying to do to manage your kind of overhead?
All right. So, all of my suppliers that I use are, you know, sustainably.
Yes.
They're all, you know, farmers. So the third party, you know, I cut them out completely because I want my funds to go straight to them and their families. So I want to help them. In terms of bringing it in, oh boy, shipping. It's a lot.
I know.
In times, it's more than product.
Wow.
And so I have to be careful of how I even price my product. You know what I mean? I might be able to shave something off on something else.
Right.
You know what I mean? In order for it to look right.
Right.
You know, yeah, that's
it's a lot.
It's kind of hard, you know what I mean? But we have to do what we have to do, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to, you know, be rich, you know, off it. I'm just simply trying to, you know, give people an alternative, you know, to their spices of what they can use in terms of vanilla.
Right.
Yeah.
So for you, what is your ideal scenario when it comes to how you sell your product? Because right now you're doing vending, right? Where else can people find your product?
They can find me in both Lindos.
Okay.
Yes. They will find the 2-ounce jars there, and they will also find the 4-ounce jars. And they do sell out quite fast.
I'm sure they
Yeah,
do.
they sell out quite fast. So I'm always restocking with both stores in mind. We are trying to get into other specialty supermarkets such as Miles and Garden Market, and there are a few others that we are trying to get into. So it's just right now just doing a follow-up on emails on my part. Right now, I'm hoping that at least by the end of this year, I would be a supplier for maybe 1 or 2 of the hotels.
Okay.
For just the vanilla beans themselves.
And let the chefs do what they want with
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So that is probably my end goal is to be a supplier for all restaurants and hotels for vanilla.
Right.
Yeah, I want to try to build up on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Yes.
That's really exciting. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And especially if you can figure out how to either get farmers to or start your own garden producing the vanilla beans, then that look.
But I think that is probably in the works in the next couple of years. I don't want to speak too much on that because things still need to be talked out, with certain parties and stuff. But
that's like a stretch goal of yours.
Yeah,
that would be so awesome.
I believe so. I know that it will be great, to know that we can actually grow this.
Yes.
On a massive, and then hopefully we'll have more Bermudians. You know what I mean? This is a labor-intensive job.
Yeah.
Okay, and everything is done by hand. So it's no way that you cannot hire, humans.
Right. Not AI, right? Humans. But that's great because then that's job creation.
Yes.
That's giving back and contributing to the economy. These are all the things that sound good and we want to see, right?
Yeah,
we're always looking for ways in which we can get Bermudians working and back to work. So this is exciting though, because manufacturing in Bermuda is like few and far between. You know what I mean? So to be able to do that here will be great. And I'm wondering if there could be some at least duty relief.
It should be.
Because when you're bringing it in and then you're manufacturing the product here, you should be able to utilize that.
Well, on my part, no. But no, because they don't see it as spice. I don't understand, but they don't see it as spice. They still see it as a plant in a plant form. So it has to go through, the DNR, they have to check it.
Yeah.
And if anything is wrong with it, then they call the plant lab in on it, to double check and make sure, and I was very nervous, and I'm still nervous, because when they are there, I need to know that what you're looking at, is not mold, Now it could be mold, you know what I mean? But I need to know, I need to see it, because a lot of my vanilla comes with crystals, which is, is a high voltage of vanillin. That could possibly look like mold, but it's not.
Okay.
So, yeah.
You need to go through all that process. You sound like a chemist right now. I'm like, what is that? Crystalline and vanillin and all of this stuff. Look, I'm learning me something today. But I guess, see, we don't think about that, right?
Yeah.
This is what you have to learn to ensure that we're getting this quality product. And that contributes into why you have to price it the way you have to do, because you're doing all that hard work to make sure that the product that you're putting out is of the quality and standard that it needs to be, so that we can enjoy.
Yes.
So absolutely. Just pay for the vanilla, y'all. All right, so I want to talk to you a little bit about the challenges. We kind of talked a little bit about it, but what do you think has been the most difficult part for you in building this particular business?
I think the marketing. I'm still trying to get a handle on it. I think I do kind of pretty good with sending out notices, posters, and I think my issue is putting this on camera, and showing the behind scenes of, and I know that that's what people want to see. They want to see, it being made and, maybe me picking it up and stuff like that there, and I take like still pictures,
Put them all together. We're going to do that what they do when they flick the book and you start moving
this is it, And so my daughter keeps telling me, Mama, you got to learn how to, do the videos. Well, she's supposed to be getting me these glasses type things that do all of the video and stuff. And I said, well, you need to, let's go, girl. Bye.
Listen, tell her, say that is now your job. You are the social media manager. So you have to create the strategy and make sure that we're getting this behind the scenes footage.
Yes. Absolutely. I don't know what's our problem.
I mean, look, you said you have 2 daughters,
Three.
right?
I have three. 2 that live with me.
Okay.
And the 2 that live with me is the youngest one.
Yeah.
That's got her mouth on it.
And that's what I'm saying. And they were born with all of this. So it's almost like natural to them. So
yeah, we working on it.
Y'all hear me? I gotta help your mama. Okay? Because that is part of it, right? People want to see how it's made, what you go through, and I think people resonate with the story behind building the business, right? The same way you got your divine download, people want to see, they want to connect, if that makes sense.
Yes, it's coming. I'm just trying to build that nerve up to, put all this gorgeousness on a camera.
You got this, Coleen. I believe in you. So if you could start all over, knowing what you know now, is there anything that you would do differently?
No.
All right. No. I love it.
No, I love the process that I'm going through, the journey. I love it. I want to be able to know what I can do better. I want to be able to know that, okay, that didn't work.
Right.
So I want to know the what you call it, the pros and the cons of it. I want that there. Because if I knew what I know now, make everything better and not know, no. I want to know everything. I want to go through the stress. I want to go through the hating and the liking and the loving and stuff like that there, so
it's all a part of the journey,
it is,
right?
And it's all a part of growth, so I want to be able to know that there, because you want to be able to tell somebody when they open up their own business, no, you're going to go through that, okay? That crap hurts.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. And it stings. And, you're going to love it afterwards and all of that there, But as long as you got dedication, you got heart, and you absolutely love, because that's important. You have to love what you're doing. And if you don't love what you're doing, it's never, ever, ever going to be fun. And I love my 2 businesses.
I love to hear it. I mean, those are great words of wisdom and advice, because I think you're absolutely right. When you're working for yourself, you're working 10 or 20 times harder than you have ever worked for anyone else. So if you don't love it,
that's right,
you're gonna get tired.
Absolutely.
And you're gonna be like, you know what, enough of this. I'm not doing this no more.
Yep.
So you have to have like the stick to itness to persevere through those rough times, because you're gonna experience them.
Yep, absolutely. I mean, I can definitely say, I've worked for government. I've called out sick. Okay? I planned my sick days.
Listen, girl.
Okay?
Tell yourself.
I planned my sick days, okay? I go to work now.
Right.
Feeling sick.
Right.
Okay? Because I have to push.
You have to.
I have to push. I don't like a backload of, grooming. I want to get my clients in and out. I start 4:00 a.m. mornings. Okay? By the time 12, maybe 1 o'clock hits, I'm done.
Now you got to do the nut.
And then I got to go to this. Yes.
I can see you, Angel Paul's Coleen calling out like, Simply Vanilla, I'm not going to be in today.
And I've had days like that. I'm like, man, I really want to call out sick today.
But you can't.
I gotta push. And and I have a young student that that works with me, from Cedar Bridge, and I have to tell her, like, we can't go out sick, honey. You gotta come in sick. Okay, yeah, I need help with these dogs. You know what I mean? Yeah. So you have to push yourself, and then although she's 17, this is preparing you for when you get out there and work for somebody else. Because you're not going to have a boss that's as lenient as I am. Okay? I said, not only work for somebody else, but work for yourself.
For yourself, absolutely.
Okay? So you have to learn how to manage your staff, yourself, and how to deal with situations when they arise. I says, because it's not going to be easy for you.
That's right. Thank you. They need that real life, because experience is the best teacher, right?
Absolutely.
So you got to go through all the hard knocks and all that. And then when you come out on the other end and you've won, if you enjoy it that much more.
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
So with regard to the Student for Angels Paws, do you envision having support like that through the vanilla, Simply Vanilla?
I do, but not at this time.
Okay.
Probably a little later when I feel as though
you got a handle on everything. Okay, that makes sense.
Because there's still a lot that I need to learn.
Gotcha.
Because this is food, and I'm not trying to poison anyone, and I need need my name on Marge's list.
No, I don't want that.
So I'm just trying to learn as much as I can about the food, Bermuda industry, and what I need to do and make sure. Yes, absolutely.
Makes perfect sense to me. Yeah. Well, listen, Coleen, we have minded our business today. It wasn't so bad, was it?
No.
But I would love for you to tell people how they can contact you if they have heard this and they're like, I need me some of that vanilla. How can they get in touch with you and make sure that they get some?
Sure. Well, they can call me on 703-7476, or you can contact me if you're on Facebook. You can contact me on Simply Vanilla Delight and Co. or Instagram at Simply Vanilla Delight. Okay. Either way, you can WhatsApp me. You can send me a message, DM, however you want to do it. And I will be there.
Okay.
To sort you out.
I love to hear that. And don't forget, they're also at Lindo's. Yes. Both of them.
Yes. Both of them are at Lindo's, both Devonshire and Warwick. Yes.
Okay. I love it. Well, thank you so much, Coleen, for minding some of your business with us today. And just remember, if you don't mind your business, who will? Who's gonna do it? Your Lord is not gonna do it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me.
It has been a pleasure. It has been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thanks for tuning in to Mind Your Business with me, your host, Jamillah Lodge. Tune in next week, Thursday at 4 p.m. because if you don't mind your business, who will? Mind Your Business is brought to you by BEDC. Bermuda Business starts here.